and welcome to another book haul. This is going to be one of those books and more hauls, so I'm going to go through the books I've received, and then I ordered and received some bits that are related to books as well, some merch to show you. So I'm going to start off with the books that I've been sent and then go on to some of the books that I've bought. So the first book I wanted to show you is Somewhere Beyond the Sea by Miranda Dickinson. My nails match this book. I didn't have them done specially just so they would match my reading, but funnily enough, I just posted my May TBR not my May TBR, my May wrap up on Instagram, and I noticed that all the books were blue. It's been a particularly blue month apparently. So yeah, this one comes out in the UK on the 14th of June. I have read it. I am probably going to make a video about it, so look out for that one very, very soon. I believe that this one is gonna be coming out a week after I post this video, if all goes to plan. Exciting. And then I got sent a copy of a book, which is, I also bought a copy of this. No, I didn't also buy a copy of this book. I also got another copy of this book when I was in the UK. So I went from having 0 copies to having 2 copies. I made a video about this book, so I will link it up here. And that is Big Bones by Dockrill. I got sent a copy by the publisher, which is Hotkey Books. This is already out in the UK. And then I went to Lush Book Club whilst I was in London, which was amazing. So I also have a signed copy. It's not just signed, it's signed and like properly annotated, but I was sent a copy of this one, so I wanted to thank Hotkey Books for that, because it's amazing, and I will be giving this copy to somebody. Let's see who's going to end up with this copy. Then one that I talked about in my June TBR is 1,000 Perfect Notes by C.G. Drews. This is what the cover looks like. This one comes out on the 7th of June, so probably by the time this video goes up, this book will be out. And it is a YA debut, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, which you should do, you won't have seen the beauty that is this proof copy. I think it's just gorgeous, and I am going to, by the time this video goes up, I will have read this, because as of filming, I'm going to be reading this as my next read. So as soon as I finished my current read, this is going to be the next one. Then I went to a fabulous event in London, hosted by Books in the City, which had just a ton of amazing authors and a ton of amazing books. And I picked up one book in particular. I picked up a couple of books, but one in particular I haven't talked about before on this channel. And this one isn't coming out until February 2019. And again, that's a UK publication date. But I didn't have a copy of this one, so I was like, ooh. So this one is called The Flight of Cornelia Blackwood. I wanted to say Blackbird then because it's got the bird on. And that's by Susan Elliott Wright. And it just sounds really intriguing. I'm excited to read this one. And if you've seen my Instagram, again, you'll have seen that they had matching biscuits to the books as well. So I took home biscuits and books at the same time. So yes, that's that one, February 2019, exciting. And then I was sent a copy of another YA book. I was sent this one from Chicken House. Thank you very much, Chicken House. And that is On a Scale of 1 to 10, which is by Ceylan Scott. I hope I'm saying that right and it's not Ceylan. Let me just read you the blurb of this one, because it could be quite triggering for some people, but I'll let you know. Again, I posted this one on Instagram because it is a wonderful cover. You've got 1 down the bottom here and 10 up the top here. So how do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? I can't describe what it now feels like to be alive to someone who has not drowned in darkness. Being alive is raw and so terrifying that sometimes I look back towards the time before and the darkness beckons me to crawl back into its depths and grovel at its feet like I used to. And sometimes, tempted, I take a step back. So yeah, so this has trigger warning on the back to say that contains scenes of suicide and self-harm, but I am really intrigued to read this one. I think I'll definitely have to be in the right headspace to read it, which is why I haven't put it on an official like TBR. I'm just going to go to it when I feel up to going to it, because I think if I was in the wrong headspace, then this would be quite triggering for me. So thank you to Chicken House for that one. And then my lovely friend Laura, who blogs and Instagrams under Laura Patricia Rose, you should definitely follow her Instagram, it is beautiful, sent me a proof copy of a book that she was sent that she's not going to be reading, but I am very excited to read. She sent me her proof copy of When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Fletcher. This one is out in July. I believe it's the 12th of July. If it's not the 12th, it could be the 19th. I think it's the 12th of July. And this is going to, yeah, it's the UK date, and it'll be coming out in hardback and ebook. And this one is her latest novel, which is set in a theatre and involves it says Moulin Rouge meets Phantom of the Opera in this magical story of unrequited love and revenge. And as usual for Carrie's books, there's a lot of little clues and details to the story on the cover, even though it's the proof cover. That's the wrong way around. Yes, so thank you to Laura for sending me that one, because I'm excited to read this one. And then on to some books that I bought. I bought this book before I went back to England, but I didn't have a chance to show it to you because I'd already filmed the book haul. So that is this bind up of Gail Foreman's books, Just One Day, Just One Year, and her story novella, Just One Night. So it is a chunky one, but I saw this one in Target and I was just like, I have Just One Day, but I haven't read it, and I want to read Just One Year because I know I love Gail Foreman, and because this had the added story bonus as well, I was like, yeah, let's get it, and it was a reasonable price as well. And look, it's so floppy and so gorgeous. So there's a lot of things on there that are kind of clues. I like this one here, but yeah. So I got that just before I went away, and then had to leave it behind, obviously. And then the first book that I bought, once I had landed in Denver, landed late on Friday night, and I went and got this book on Sunday morning because Saturday I basically slept. And that is the US edition of You Me Everything by Catherine Isaac, which, again, my nails match beautifully. They're all about the blues in these books. I just think that this edition is gorgeous, and as soon as I saw the US cover, I was like, I think I have to get that. I think I have to have that sitting on my shelf. And so I'm developing a little bit of a collection of this book because I have 3 different proof copies of it, and the UK hardback and the US hardback. So yeah, I think she's going to be getting her own shelf, let's face it. I have read this one, and I did make a video about this one, so I will link it up here. If you haven't read this, you definitely should. And again, I posted a picture of this one on my Instagram because I was so excited as soon as I bought it. And then finally, a couple of books I bought with credit that I got from taking some books. I did a bit of an unhaul, but I didn't film it because it's a load of sort of very random books that have been sat on my shelf for a while, or things that I bought years ago that I thought I was going to read, but I'm never going to get around to them now. So I took some books and traded them in at Second & Charles, and decided to use my credit to buy some other books. So I got a copy of The Earth, My Butt and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler. I initially saw this book sorry, there's something going on over there. I initially saw this book in foils when I was in London, and I loved the UK cover, and I kind of regretted not getting one. Then I put it on hold with my library, but the little thing next to my hold said missing, so I was like, I'll just go and get myself a copy, because her new novel, The Universe is Expanding and So Am I, has just come out in the US. It came out on the 30th of May, 29th of May, what are we today? 29th of May. So it's just been released in the US, which is a follow-up to this one. So this one came out a while ago. It wasn't on my radar at all. So I now have a copy of this one, and it's super short. So I'm going to probably, a bit like the other book that I just showed you that I'm not going to put on an official TBR, this one's probably just going to slot in there when I'm in the mood for some YA contemporary. And then another YA contemporary romance that I got, I read a copy of this one. I got a proof copy when it first came out. It was one of those that had the like binding round that was just pages bound together with the spiral binding, and so I had a copy. I also got an ebook copy, but I wanted a physical copy because this book has just been made into a movie and it's just been released on Netflix, and so obviously I'm planning on making a book versus movie about it, so I needed a copy of the book. So I went and got a copy of The Kissing Booth by Beth Reekles. I reviewed this around about its publication day, probably somewhere near to being on its publication day, and it's one of the most viewed reviews on my blog, so I'm excited that I've got an actual physical copy of it, and it's quite exciting that it's the US copy as well. It's the nice floppy paperback. So yeah, so I have multiple copies of this one now, but not a physical one. So now I can make my book versus movie video, because I'm going to reread this and then watch the movie. So yeah, so look out for that one coming up soon. Then I have some merch to show you, all of which I ordered, but there was a bonus thing in here as well. So again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this already on my stories, because I always show you books there first. That is the most up-to-date place to find out things. I ordered these bookmarks on Etsy when this shop was taking part in Fiverr Friday. So these, I don't even know if these bookmarks were part of it, but I was taken to that shop because of Fiverr Friday, and then I saw these bookmarks. They are Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda bookmark. You've got Simon and Bram and quotes from the book and Oreos, and they're just beautiful. And so when they sit inside a book, the little heads just like poke out the top. It's so cute. I don't need more bookmarks, but these are just beautiful, and so when I'm reading, I have my little Simon bookmarks out, or Bram bookmark out on the table, and people can like read Simon vs. Homo sapiens agenda quotes as they walk past my table in whatever Starbucks I happen to be in. Then, oh, very quickly, I just want to show you this. This is not book related, but you know I love coffee, and if you follow me on social media, you probably know that I drink a lot of iced coffee as well. And I found this in Typo, which is a shop I'd visited in the Mall of America in Minneapolis, and then I found out that they had shops in London, and a brand new one opened in Westfield, White City, whilst I was there. As in, I saw the boards up, and then the next time I went, the boards were still there, and then I went the day before I left to come back to Denver, and it had opened, and I was really excited, and I bought a bunch of stuff. But the thing that's kind of most exciting from that little haul that I bought is this. It says iced coffee, save water, drink coffee, helping you give a frappe on here, and it's a stress ball, so it's great for squeezing. So I actually took it on the plane with me, because you know, 9-hour flight with a husband, you never know, do you? So yeah, I love that. It got a little bit like nicked in the box, but it doesn't matter because it's probably going to get a bit of use anyway. It's so satisfying, but it's so pretty, so it now kind of lives on my bookshelf somewhere just so it's there. Then I made an order with Enchanted Fandoms. I have ordered their June box, so a video is going to be coming up soon with an unboxing for that, because by the time I get back from my trip, yes, I'm going on another trip, it's true, by the time I get back from my trip, I think that the box should have been sent out, because they normally come like middle of the month. So I ordered this tumbler. It's a bit shiny, and it should have a straw in, but the straw is just being washed. It says bitches get shit done. And I saw a mug saying this when I was shopping in the Strand with Jess from Enchanted Fandoms. And so she made a mug and a tumbler for her shop with this, because I didn't end up getting the one in the Strand. And so immediately I was like, it's black and pink. I'm so ordering this. And I love the fact that the eyes are little hearts, because the eyes are in the word bitch and shit. So it's like, but it's loving. It's loving. Yes, it's swearing, but also it's loving. And also it's true. Bitches do get shit done. And I then ordered some socks. So I ordered this parcel and then it went missing. So she remade me the items and resent them out. But she waited, because she's a sweetheart, she waited until I was back in the country to send it out, because I was really worried about the fact that I'd inexplicably been gone for 2 months and my post was going to be piling up and up and up, and I didn't want anything to go missing or get stolen. So I ordered these socks here, which say I love you to the Death Star and back, and have the Death Star on, which I think is amazing. And this is what the top of them look like. And they're nice and big and soft, and you can see how soft they are. They're all soft and cozy and lovely. And so not only did she remake and resend me the items and wait until I was back in the country, but she also sent me a pair of bonus socks. Oh yeah. I'm thinking that, you know, I can have like matching ones. I love you to Hogwarts and back as well. We sometimes chat all things Harry Potter, and so Jess knows that I like a bit of Hogwarts as well, and so she sent me bonus socks. So I got 2 pairs of socks from Jess in 2 different shades of grey as well. One of the things I'm probably almost most excited about, I mean, the tumbler is amazing because it's a really good tumbler as well. It's Starbucks grande size. Always good, but I actually ordered 2 of this item because I'm going to give one as a gift, but one was definitely for me, and it does normally sit just up here on the bookshelf. I cleared a little space for it, so I cleared books away for this, and it is a mug that says Book Brew. Again, I have already featured this particular mug in my Instagram pictures and on my Instagram story, but it's a decent sized mug, and again it's black and pink. We love the black and pink. This is one thing in this haul that my nails does not match, but it still looks good. Still looks good. So yeah, so that's my haul from Enchanted Fandoms. I forgot to mention that the bookmarks are from a shop called Knightmares Daydreams, which you can see on the bottom. So I will link Enchanted Fandoms and Knightmares Daydreams down below, and I will link all the other videos I mentioned as I've gone along. So yeah, books and merch haul. And yeah, by the time this video goes up, I will have been to BookCon, so you can expect a BookCon haul and or vlog coming your way very soon, and I mentioned possibly reviewing one of the books that I have hauled right there, and I will also have an unboxing for you soon, so make sure that you are subscribed so that those videos land straight into your subscription feed. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed looking at all the new books and bookish merch, because who doesn't love that, and yeah, talk to me in the comments. I always love getting comments. It might take me a while to catch up with some of the ones, but I do love a little comment on my video, so I do appreciate the comments that you guys leave. And yeah, exciting videos coming up soon, so I will see you then. Bye.